couple things I want to say. Does anybody want to buy a car after listening to Zorn? I want to sell my car after. So look at the numbers. Rutherford County is just, Rutherford County and the state in general is just terrible. In this budget, they increased taxes in every area. They increased taxes in the sales tax, 1 cent, right? Everybody knows it went up 1 cent. They upped the corporate tax this time, which what does it do for our businesses, guys? It just makes us just a complete disincentive for any business to come here and drives the ones we have here. And they did a little trick on income taxes. You know, we're constitutionally held to a certain percentage. You can't go over that on income taxes. So what did they do? They said, well, we're not going to increase your income tax. We're going to put a surcharge on it. All these taxes, no one else around us raised them. South Carolina did, and Georgia did. All these states, they fixed their budgets by not raising taxes. So that further puts us at a disadvantage. 10.4% of every hour of every working week goes to the government. So if you work 60 hours, the first 6 hours a week, that goes to the state government. That's worse than any state around us, guys. Any state used to be known as a low tax state. Good roads, low taxes, right? Do we have good roads anymore? Isn't that amazing? We got bad roads in high. In actuality, of the $990 million, $500 million is new spending. You believe that? Did you guys know that? And who believed the trick of, well, we got to lay off teachers? And then they brought them back to leave and improve the budget. They brought them this base and our tax and services. Well, you would think if they brought them the base and they were looking at tax reform, you would think they would eliminate or decrease some taxes, right? No, you didn't do that. The actual tax reform included $500 million more per year in new taxes. So their tax and services as an additional tax, they left everything else in place. Out of 50 states, one being the best business climate in the United States and 50 being the worst business climate, where do you think we rank? We're 39. Okay, we're 39. So I mean, the 39th worst business. Who wonders why we have almost a point? We allow the legislature to put a tax on services. We'll end up seeing that double and triple times. What do I mean by that? I mean, if you let him put tax on services, this guy delivering aluminum to a subcontractor to Pepsi to make cans will get taxed for that delivery. And then when they make that can and deliver them to Pepsi or Coke, they'll get taxed again. And then when they deliver that to the actual market, you'll get taxed again. Exactly the way it works now. You'll get taxed 3 or 4 times on the service tax. We can't let North Carolina needs a constitutional amendment that limits its spending. You cannot spend with, most of them do it with a population increase or an inflation increase. You can't spend above this. You can't increase your budget more than this. And if we had done that, we'd have saved about $5 billion in the last 7 years. And we would have a balanced budget. Those states that have done that have a balanced budget. North Carolina does need tax reform. We do need a simplified tax system. We do need to go to either a flat tax or a sales tax or a consumption type tax. We need to change. And we need to get the government as small as we can. I'd like to talk just a little bit about where the House and Senate is in North Carolina and what we're looking for 2010. I just left speaking with the House Minority Whip, Tom Tillis, and the House Minority Speaker, Skip Sand. We are 9 seats. I'll say conservative. I'm conservative first. I'm Republican second. For those who don't know me, Mike Hager, I'm chairman of the Republican Party. I'm actually running for the 112th House seats for North Carolina. We are 9 seats from taking over the House with a conservative effort. 5 of them are very comfortable wins we can pick up. 4 of them are a little tougher. This is 1 of 4. If you look at the numbers, we should win this seat. It's going to take a lot of hard work because we've got a very popular opponent, but we're going to win it. And we're 5 seats in the Senate from taking over the Senate. We're the closest we've ever been in the last 20 years, and before that, the last 200 years. And I meant to tell you that I will pledge as a candidate to the 912 and to not increasing your taxes at all. We actually ought to be going the other way. Thank y'all. Appreciate it, and I appreciate it.